Welcome to Monday, start of another week. It is our toy drive week. Here in South Carolina, we are going to be collecting toys for the kids at the Julie Ballantyne Center. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit, but right now, let's get into this. All right, it's time for our dirty little secrets. We are live on the Hot Facebook page, of course, and Dex and Barbie T on Twitch and YouTube, so you can stream and follow the show there as well. This dude has like an actual legit dirty little secret.
Yeah, he does. Whew.
And he is keeping it from his girl, and he doesn't know if he should tell her.
I think you should, but
Let's get into this. We want to hear what your thoughts are. And is this even a thing? Go ahead, sir. We have disguised your voice. Tell us what's going on.
I've had a problem in the past, and some people may laugh at it, think it's stupid, but it's ruined every relationship I ever had, including one when I was married. I'm a sex addict.
how has it ruined your relationships?
I've cheated on every woman I ever dated, ever.
No.
Dang.
I cheated on my wife. It got to the point where I was also endangering my job. Like, I would blow off work and stuff to go and either for a booty call or like a massage place or something. It really was interfering with my life.
You've actually gone to meetings over this, or are you trying to get better?
Well, I am now. It took many years of effing up my life and relationships to do it. I started going to therapy. I started, going to groups.
There's groups for this.
Well, and it's like group therapy. I wasn't comfortable with group therapy at first, but my therapist recommended it after one-on-one sessions, and so I've been doing that, and I've been making progress. I mean, it's not the compulsion is still there, but at least I haven't been acting on it.
You know how to control yourself a little better.
Well, I'm doing it better now, but the problem is I began maybe a little sooner than I should have. I began dating again, and I'm just deathly afraid that she's going to find out.
Have you guys hooked up?
Not yet. Actually, she's kind of wondering why I'm taking so long.
Are you worried that like it's almost like a drug that like if you dip yourself into the pool, so to say, that
Yeah, I'll just fall off the wagon. I mean, I really want to be with her, but I still have this nagging. I mean, I'm trying to work through it now with my therapist, and I just worried that the second I do it, it's all going to come flooding back, and I won't be able to control the compulsions.
Have you told your therapist and all this that you are dating again?
Well, I haven't told my therapist yet.
Okay, so you're just
I don't know. I just didn't want to. I want to tell, but I'm still keeping it under wraps.
And your girlfriend has no idea that you've ever dealt with this?
No.
You got to be honest with her. Do you see yourself being with her, like long term at least?
I would like to. Like I said, it's still kind of early. We've been seeing each other for maybe 2 months pretty soon.
It might be a little too soon, but then again, it depends on how you feel about her. Then you might want to just go ahead and break the
I do.
ice.
I really like her, but then also she's starting to get very suspicious as to just why I'm not making any physical advances or more physical advances.
And you're sitting in the corner like just chattering because you're just like, I really want to. You know what I mean? Like,
You need to definitely tell her, because especially if physical touch is her thing, like she wants to be intimate with you, let her know that it's not her and it really is you and your addiction.
wow, that's tough.
It is, but he's got to do it if he really cares for this girl.
Is this a thing? Have you ever dealt with this? Can you give him some advice? I didn't even know like there's like support groups for this. 866-639-4689. Give us a call. Especially, is it like that? Like, is it like, you've got to stay away from it? It's kind of like, drugs,
Right,
you
right.
can't even try it. It's not like you can just try it because then it'll all come back.
I think he's just practicing his self-control and that boundary, and it's okay. He just needs to tell her about it.
Give us a call, 866-639-4689. What are your thoughts, Dex, Barbie T, on Hot? Okay, what are your thoughts whenever it comes to that? Because that's just a lot, guys. And welcome. Good morning, Christina, Kokithia,
Good
Travis,
morning.
Kimmy, Josh, Constance, Shayla. Good morning. If I missed anybody, sorry. Dr. Marie getting ready to call. There she is. I see her. What up, Renee? Good morning. Dr. Marie, go ahead.
Dex, now I may be wrong, and I'm just gonna have to be wrong if I am, but I don't believe in sex addictions. That's just something for people to say when they don't want to control their urges. That's a control thing. He don't want to control it, so he not. Second of all, when you do have an addiction, if it is real, then the first thing they tell you is you can't be in a relationship for the first year.
I mean, yeah, that's what he was saying. He was, he's not supposed to be doing that, and he is.
Yeah, even with alcohol and drugs, you are
Oh,
not supposed to be in a relationship for at least a year until you have yourself under control.
mm.
That's all he needs to do. He needs to leave her alone because if he has sex with her, he ain't gonna be able to control himself. He done already said that.
Boom. Thank you very much,
Thanks.
Dr. Marie. Do you agree with her? Do you think that it's not a thing? This isn't a thing?
Oh, I think it's definitely a thing.
You think it is?
Oh, you can be addicted to sex.
Jackie Lee, good morning. Candace, he absolutely needs to have that conversation with his girlfriend. What's up, Chrissy? Good morning. What's up, Kimberly? Pam? Lovely. Lovely name there.
I don't understand why he can't have that conversation with her. But then that's why I always say, if you can't have these conversations with people that you are possibly are going to be intimate with, you don't need to be intimate at all.
Let me tell you something. Fear is one of the number one reasons why people don't have those hard conversations because there's a fear of rejection, all of that. What up? Good morning. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Terrence.
What's
What's
up,
up,
man? Go
Terrence?
ahead. What are your thoughts?
I just to let everybody know, it is a thing. It truly is. Any addiction is a thing. It can happen. I went through it for a long time. It over time when I finally met my wife. I've been with her, but it's just the thing about it is when I wasn't with her, I had to have multiple partners. It was just one of those things, But you do go to therapy for it. You go through situations. I feel for him, like I said, because if he does go into that thing, he has to really control. He has to find a way to control it because
Okay.
it's going to come back. Yeah, it's going to come back to you. So I feel him on that part.
When you
So,
say multiple partners, how many multiple partners are we talking about at one time?
whoo, Dex. When I told, it's so funny because my wife asked me like, we had a conversation. Like, haven't you been with? And I was like, yeah, I've been with over 200 some people. So like girls, yeah,
Ooh.
200. Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I started when I was 16, so it was like from there, and just being a popular guy in high school, just everywhere.
Now,
It was just on from there.
now, when it comes down to this, I mean, like, did this end relationships because you couldn't, stay with the person because you needed to, move on to the next?
Oh yeah, because like if that person I was with and they just wasn't on my sex drive level, then it was like okay,
Next.
I gotta go on, I gotta move on,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now, see, and again, Marie will tell probably I can already hear it in her head. Well, that's a control issue. Men are like trying to use that as an excuse. What are your thoughts?
Everything is learned behavior from the time you are born until the day that you die. I think that the earlier they do, the more fixated they get on it. And they think they have to have it, and it's something that makes them feel good. You can stop whenever you want to. It's a mental thing. Travis says he was addicted to sex in his 20s. All I wanted to do was hook up.
Mm-mm. See, but then again, I mean, like,
That's
is
a
that
lot
a
of men in
natural
their
thing?
20s.
I mean, like in your 20s, a lot of people, hormones, blah blah blah, you name it.
A lot of men in their 20s get it popping. For ladies, it's our 30s, I think. I know for sure. It made me feel good about myself, and I feel more confident. Is that like because girls would tell you that like you would get that reassurance from women? I think it's more of a compulsion than an addiction, but there can be a lot of similarities. I need more details. What are his do's and don'ts? What actually is a sexual sex addiction? Um, is it just that they have multiple partners, or is it the having sex all the time? I think for him, it's just having sex all the time.
50 seconds.
If your partner told you they had sex with over 200 people, what would you say? Would you continue to be with them, or what?
It depends if they're like clean, you know what I mean? Like if they got something that, Ajax ain't gonna scrub off, then
Hey,
sorry.
Jax.
Right, I'm just saying. Yeah,
If
20
you like
seconds.
to hop like rabbits, find a jackrabbit to hop along with you. Facts. You gotta find somebody to keep up with you.
By the way, I'd like to introduce you to my new headphones. Huh? There it is.
Oh my gosh.
I've been giving my headphones a tour of the studio and my coworkers. Ooh, child. All right, real quick. We only got about a minute, and then we got to go to break. But we will be back with more of your phone calls. What are we talking about?
This guy called in. He said he is afraid to tell his girlfriend that he has a sex addiction, and they haven't hooked up or anything yet. So.
Right. And so he's worried that if he tells her, she'll end things. We wanted to know what your thoughts are. Dr. Marie, good morning. Go ahead.
Dex, now I may be wrong, and I'm just gonna have to be wrong if I am. But I don't believe in sex addictions. That's just something for people to say when they don't want to control their urges. That's a control thing. He don't want to control it, so he not. Second of all, when you do have an addiction, if it is real, then the first thing they tell you is you can't be in a relationship for the first year.
I mean, yeah, that's what he was saying. He was, he's not supposed to be doing that, and he is.
Yeah, even with alcohol and drugs, you are not supposed to be in a relationship for at least a year until you have yourself under control. That's all he needs to do. He needs to leave her alone, because if he has sex with her, he ain't going to be able to control himself. He done already said that.
Okay. What are your thoughts? 866-639-4689. We'll be back with your calls. Do you think that this is a thing? Have you ever gone through it? Has someone that you've been dating told you that they have this kind of thing going on? And how did you handle it? That's an important one, too. Maybe that might be able to give them some advice.
Mm-hmm. Medically, some people don't have the extra concept of control, so they have no control over their impulses. Real quickly, we only got about a minute.
Hang on just a second. The what?
I think it took on Dex's comment on her comment.
Oh, really? Interesting. All right, here we go. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Pendleton, Christina.
Go ahead. Tell us your thoughts on this. And is it a thing? Have you dealt with this in any way?
So, not to the extreme that others do. So, my first boyfriend, we both lost our virginities together. My second boyfriend, he was a little older than me, and he traveled all over the place, and he had with more than 200 people, and I was kind of skeptical because, that would be my second person. And well, it ended up not working out because he cheated on me, go figure.
Right.
I ended up getting with my husband, and my husband, he was a virgin. And, at this point, I've been with 3 people, and it was like, I feel bad because, down the line, I started to go other places, and I thought that it would turn into, something kind of along the lines of that. But, at this point, I've been with less than 5 people now, and it's not a sex addiction. Like, I know that, I don't need to do this, but, with my husband, he was a virgin. He had a porn addiction, and it was extreme, multiple times a day. But, we've been together 10 years. He's got that under control, so it doesn't have to be like that. So I just think that everything is about self-control.
Let me ask you this. So you, kind of, you're going outside of the marriage, getting with certain people, and not a lot, but you've got your what's it called? The side piece, right? And then he has.
This years ago.
Oh, okay.
So now it's not like that. That was years ago.
Okay. Okay.
So are you the only person that your husband has ever been with?
Yes.
Okay. Besides porn.
Yes.
Does he still have that
In
addiction?
his mind, he's been with a lot of them.
Right. Yeah. Thousands.
Yeah.
Hours and hours.
So does he still watch porn, or do you guys do that together, or is it under control? Does he not watch it at all?
It's to break that from him. We made it together.
Okay. And you guys just kind of watch your own self. Does he use that? I guarantee he's probably watching the other stuff too, though.
Well, at this point, it used to bother me. Now it doesn't. I don't care.
Okay.
I know that he's not going to do anything to hurt me. Okay. We've been together for over 10 years now, so it's not. We've grown.
Right.
You can get past an addiction. You can get past it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Levi coming to Simpsonville.
Go ahead, Levi.
Yeah, I actually agree with Marie. I really don't believe in that sex addict thing because once he met with her, first few times or whatever, he's truly an addict. He would have been all over because he doesn't have control right now.
Yeah.
And like she said, you need to get control of yourself first before you trying to. So I believe that he just needs to just leave her alone if he truly wants to get well and start being a whoremonger. He needs to just get control of himself.
Thank you very much, Levi. Dr. Marie, we just had someone that agreed with you when it comes to this. This ain't there's no such thing as sex addiction. What are your thoughts?
Dex, dude that slept with 200 women proved my point. There is no amount of therapy or a woman that you like so much that it's going to make you stop having sex with all of these other women if that's not what you wanted to do. I'm sorry, what crackhead could smoke a rock once a week and leave it at that? Not now. What alcoholic do you know could take a drink once a week and leave it at that? Not now, because those are addictions. You can't get a little bit and not overindulge yourself. That's the very definition of an addiction. You don't know when to stop.
Yeah, good point. Good
He
point.
stopped because he found the woman he wanted to be with, not because his therapist helped him with his sex addiction. Ain't no such thing.
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Dr.
Dr.
Marie.
Marie.
Bam. Okay, so the question, did we answer that? Like 200 people. You find out that someone has been with 200 people. Is that a deal breaker? You shut that stuff down? Barbie, would you shut that down if you found out the guy that you were dating, the one that you were like crazy about, you're willing to go to some crazy dates and all that kind of stuff, football games or whatever you will. All right, you find out. What, is it a deal breaker or no?
That's hard because sex isn't just sex to me. Sex to me is a lot of spiritual stuff involved in it.
Okay.
And demons and all kind of stuff. So it's like
Demons.
Yeah.
Explain.
You could take on people's demons through sex.
Okay.
The
Oh,
demon
like that's how you transfer the demon over?
Yeah, like you could
there's
and
a
that
conduit that's just like
it
zoop.
shifts that it's a spiritual because they're releasing themselves into you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And
or on.
whatever. And on whatever. It's getting on you.
Got it.
But I really have to see some type of maturity and growth in that person.
Yeah.
And of course, I need to know that your records are clean. But I try not to hold that number over people's heads because I've had that done to me even when I hadn't even slept with, like the girl said, 5 people, but because they wanted to just try to throw something in my face, they did. You know what I mean? I really gotta like you, and that D better be good.
Right.
It better be worth it.
So when it comes to like the demons coming into your body, yeah. So does that mean a condom is a demon blocker?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying because I
No.
mean,
Absolutely not.
Stop. No. Okay. Got it.
Even just being like, I don't know. That's a whole nother topic for a different day as far as the demons and stuff like that.
Sure.
But
I'm seeing that. Got it.
I just feel like it's just sex is a whole nother level to me.
So is it a yes or no for you then?
It
So
just
no.
depends on the person. It
Okay.
depends on the person. And then also, too, if you'd have hooked up with some people that I know, and I know I don't rock with them like that or I don't like their vibe,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
All right, so your turn, folks. Yes or no? 200 bodies. Someone said 200 bodies is a lot. Is that a deal breaker or?
But I mean, you got to think about it, too, though. If you're dating someone that's
Yes
in
or
their
no?
40s
Yeah.
or 50s.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? If they've been having sex
Right.
since they were 16,
Sure.
my G, they're going to have a lot of bodies in between
That's right. That's
30
right.
years.
They're like that body farm over at UT.
See? And that's what I'm saying. And you don't know who they slept with. And it's a whole thing. Just, I don't know.
200 is extreme. Is that why we call it demon time? I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Do we call it that?
Demon time, yeah.
I don't judge their past. The past is in the past. That's a very good point. Let's see. We got
And
one
men,
more song.
I'm here to tell y'all, Watch what y'all eat.
Watch what y'all eat.
Have you experienced an ED? Damn.
That's right. You got to get blood flow.
Mhm.
Foods that do that. Not the body farm. Vax. All right. So, gosh, I really do want to play that one call, and then we're going to move on to the next thing. But we'll do that with you guys, too. What's the next thing up here? Oh, okay.
I started having sex when I was 15. I've had sex with over 100 women. 15. God dang, y'all start young.
200 is way too money.
What
mixed
age
clothes
did
for
y'all
me.
start hooking up?
Do what?
I be wanting to call the police on some of y'all.
Ah.
Because why are we having sex as a child?
Yeah. I've been married since last June. I wish I had made the rule of not discussing past stuff, like how many people you have been with. It never goes good, and I'm 50. Okay. So why did it not go good? If you don't mind me asking.
If I had 200, I'm going to be an adult and lie about it. Okay.
Interesting.
Why, though? You never had any relationships. You don't have to have relationships to have sex.
Oh boy, now we're doing the cherry date. Oh dang! I just
17.
see all these numbers.
15. Lord have mercy.
I did not ask that question.
I was scared. I was 15. 14! Oh, no!
I said I had too many. Oh, Doug, she said that you had too many? Did she end up divorcing you?
15. Oh, my Lord.
Jackie said that there is such a thing as a sex addiction.
20. Okay, Maria. All right.
Interesting. Gosh, my goodness.
I was scared. I was too scared. I was a scared ass child. Because for one, my mom got pregnant with me at 16, had me at 17. I did not want that for my life at all.
Yeah.
At all. So I made sure I was not having sex.
Yeah.
My mama scared the D out of me.
Demon or D?
D.
Oh, got it.
Both.
Sorry. Oh, both. Yeah, sorry.
I did not want that for my life. Mm-mm.
All right, so we're going to play this one phone call, and then we're going to get into the next thing. Guys, I'm not going to lie. Over the weekend, I was shook. I mean, like, not going to lie. Barbie actually sprung it into my head, like, talking about how guys need to eat better and all that kind of stuff. A good friend, he's like my best friend, hit me up with a text message from the hospital, and he had a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to lie, like, here I am. We just talked about energy drinks. You know, I'll go downstairs and buy a Red Bull because Starbucks hadn't been opening up and I need a little bit of extra kick.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself,
That
like,
kick will kick your ass to that grave.
right. He is 37 and had a heart attack. They had to rush him into surgery. Like, you want to talk about, like, hit me like a ton of bricks. And here I am thinking to myself, like, I got to do better. You know what I mean? Now, granted, this year I've been killing it. I mean, like,
You have. You've done great. I'm proud of you, Dex.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I am so proud of you.
But I mean, 37 heart
I'm eating
attack
like trash
that
today.
happens?
Because I don't know what it is about my cycle. I pray to God that, like, if I was to ever get pregnant, my diet would go to trash. 'Cause
Yeah.
when I'm on my cycle, I have to eat. Like, it's like my body's like, "Arr!"
Well,
It gets angry.
and your kid's probably going to be like, "Rah, rah, 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 I'm hungry.
Ugh.
Get me out of here."
Ugh. My number wasn't high. She just had been more conservative.
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Maria said she was scared at 20. I have a 12-year-old. I'm going to lock her up.
Anybody who
Oh,
has a
geez,
daughter,
y'all 13 and 14. Mm-mm.
shout out to you guys and girls.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm that auntie that will punch your daughter in the face when she come around. My nephew talking about some sex. I don't play that.
What sound was it? I missed it.
Protect your boys, too.
30 seconds. Terrence, put it in reverse, Terrence.
I just love having sex and pleasing women. All right, Travis.
Well then, all right. Come on now. This
Travis
is
said,
not Hustler. All right, this is not the Playboy Live. This is Dex and Barbie T. All right, here we go. Bleep.
Oh, God. Ooh.
Okay, so, we were talking about this guy who has been hiding the secret from his girl. It has ruined all of his past relationships. He's ended up cheating on people that he's been with in relationships, and it's all because
He has a sex addiction.
he says that he can't deal with it. He's been to groups. He has a therapist, but he's been dating this girl, and he doesn't want to tell her. And by the way, one of the things that he was talking about is that he hasn't told his therapist that he's dating someone because I don't think he's supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, I think he feels like he might have it under control a little bit, but he also may feel like once he starts hooking up with this girl, it could go left.
Put it in reverse, Terrence. Good morning. Go ahead.
I went through it for a long time. It over time when I finally met my wife. I've been with her, but it's just the thing about it is when I wasn't with her, I had to have multiple partners. It was just one of those things. You do go to therapy for it. You go through situations. I feel for him, like I said, because if he does go into that thing, he has to really control. He has to find a way to control it.
Okay.
Because it's going to come back.
When you say multiple partners, how many multiple partners are we talking about at one time?
Ooh, Dex. It's so funny because my wife asked me, like, we had a conversation. Like, haven't you been with? And I was like, yeah, I've been with over 200 some people. So, like, girls, yeah.
Ooh.
200, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I started when I was 16. So it was like, from there, and just being a popular guy in high school, just everywhere.
That'll get you.
It was just on from there.
Now, when it comes down to this, did this end relationships because you couldn't, stay with the person because you needed to, move on to the next?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Whew.
Be careful.
Yeah.
I think in the end we found that honesty is the best key on this one, and
really is.
probably needs to tell this girl and be like, hey, this is where we're at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all he can do is just open up to her and be honest, and hopefully she'll be understanding and work with him through it.
There you go. Listen, right now we got Chris Brown, Body, from Megan Thee Stallion. That's going to be coming up here in just a little bit. Also, we want to hear what your thoughts are whenever it comes to friends, family members. Have you ever had someone that you're like, man, we just found out that they went through a medical emergency, something that they should never have to go through at their age? Because I got hit like a ton of bricks when I found this out about one of my best friends.
Right.
We'll go ahead and get into that coming up. Just about 2 songs away. Dex, Barbie T on Hot.
Under the influence.
What?
Under the influence.
Yeah.
Like I'm tussin'.
He any kin to Nick Cannon?
I really think that, so somebody said this online about the whole Nick Cannon thing, having all these kids. I think he's using the placenta and stuff to do studies for his condition. He has lupus and all these medical health things. I think he's using that for his medical stuff. I could see him doing that. I could see it.
Sounds very QAnon and stuff, like flat earther. Really? You think so?
His health has been better, I guess.
Interesting.
I don't know what you do. See, this is the sex addiction song. I don't know what you're doing to me. Chris Brown.
Yeah. See, stop placing it on other people, Chris Brown. It's you that needs to look from within.
I will heal you, Chris Brown.
He's got some. No.
Yes. I could help Chris Brown out.
I think. Well, didn't he talk about getting fixed? I don't know.
He ain't gonna get fixed. NBA YoungBoy. I think he's like at 10 kids at 21, 22, something like that.
Amy's
very
comment.
young.
I have 2 teen boys and 1 preteen, and I'm that mom that won't allow doors shut. Smart, but I have to worry more about someone's parents trying to come after my boys, whereas they worry about their daughters getting pregnant.
I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all got some fast tail little girls out here. I follow them on Snapchat, and I'll just be like, couldn't be mine. Could not be mine.
I thought Nick Cannon was trying to have a football team. That's funny. Let's see here. Just about 3 minutes away.
Don't lock them up. Just teach them. I have 2 daughters. My sister keep my niece locked up, and once she went to college, she got pregnant immediately as a freshman. Woo! Yes, yes, yes. You can't. That's one thing. You have to. And it's all about educating, because my thing is this: I'd rather my child and all the kids that's around me, my nieces and nephews and little godchildren, I'd rather them learn it from a responsible adult like myself or their parents than learn it from these other kids that have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name's Emily. I just had a song request.
Oh.
And I'm calling Greenville.
Okay, what song?
Any Gucci Mane song, as long as it's not the one with Bruno Mars.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Gucci Mane.
She said Gucci Mane.
Daughter.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's a good song.
I saw that a lot. Chocolate helps with cramps. Yeah, this is the closest thing I'm going to get to chocolate. This expensive ass.
Dark chocolate is what you're supposed to eat. It's healthy for you, apparently. I saw some new study.
It's gross.
Yeah.
Dark chocolate is disgusting.
I'm not a big fan. It's funny that you don't like dark chocolate
or chocolate.
Milk chocolate. Only thing you like is white chocolate.
I'm all the chocolate I need. Duh.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yes, Jody. Real fast tail. These kids say too much.
Yeah.
Daughter like mothers here. Sons like mothers here too. You said I'm gonna teach my nephew to be mushing them, mush them away if they try to come at you with that sex stuff. Mush them.
Yeah. Get out of
Back
here.
out of here.
Hey, just a random question. Crumble cookie or insomnia cookie?
Huh?
Crumble cookie or insomnia cookies?
Insomnia cookie. That's the one that stays up late.
Yeah.
Crumble is the one that has the different flavors.
And the big one.
Crumble all day.
Are you serious?
Oh,
have you had those cookies?
Yes, I have.
They're not good.
They are delicious.
No.
I don't
Crumbles.
eat them often. I bought some for Maurice one time.
Yeah, he likes those. Weird.
And I got like the
Outside.
different flavor. It was like some caramel apple thing.
Mhm.
Whoa!
Yeah.
It was like
I'm sorry.
a sex addiction in my mouth.
Insomnia over crumble every day of the week. Thank you very much. Was it
Crumble.
Crumble? Man, what?
Crumble.
I just don't like. To me, they're just not that good. They're big and they look
They're
cool.
delicious. They are delicious. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. I feel like we need to get with Crumble and make a Dex and Barbie tea cookie.
Thank you, Chrissy.
Can
Thank
we
you
do
very
that,
much.
please?
I mean, I'm fine with that too.
But we would have to like agree on some ingredients.
and change it to insomnia cookie. All right, here we go.
Oh.
Terrence says crumble too. You know what? All those girls messed you up in the head then. All right, here we go. One of my best friends at 37 had a heart attack, and that shook me. I was like, oh, crap, man, I need to start eating better. And they had to rush him into surgery and all this kind of stuff. Like, I was 90% blockage in one of the things. Like,
I remember you saying he was about to go home and take a nap. He actually drove himself to the hospital, right?
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. But he didn't know what it was, you know? And as I was talking to him on that phone, he was saying, like, man, I was just so worried that, like, you know, I was just going to go to the hospital. I was going to look dumb because it was heartburn or something like that. And let me tell you something. Don't feel dumb. Let me tell you how many guys, and guys are usually the worst about this, so I'm going to get on our guys. You know, we'll just try to walk it off and not go to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor said if he would have went to sleep that night, he would not have woken up. And
My goodness.
that really hit me because, again, like, you know, we go to lunch every week. Like, he is a true friend to me. He's
Right.
always been there for me. I've always been there for him. And like, to know this guy, like, all he had to do was go to sleep that night and he wouldn't have woke up. And that's crazy.
That's scary.
Right, and-
to be
and-
so young.
Right.
And because you feel like we all wake up thinking we're going to wake up and live the next day, but tomorrow isn't promised.
Right. Yeah.
Obviously. And that right there proves it.
Well, at 37, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, you wouldn't think, oh, I'm having a heart attack. Like, that's the last thing on your mind whenever you're driving yourself to the hospital. You probably think it's heartburn or something like that.
Right.
It's not. So here's what we want to do. Actually, I've decided to make a change. So here's what we're going to do. Have you ever had to force your man or woman to go to the hospital. And you're so grateful that you made them go to the hospital because you just never know. Like, he was smart. He was like, you know what? I'm going to go to the hospital just in case. And sure enough, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock in the morning, they're prepping him for surgery.
Woo!
And taking him in and had to put all sorts of stuff in there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my gosh.
Again, 866-639-4689. Have you ever, like, had your guy, like, complaining or your girl complaining, and you say, go to the hospital, and they said, nah, you had to force them to go to the hospital. What did they find out when they went to the hospital? And they finally did. Give us a call. Share your story now. Dex, Barbie, T on Hot. This could save lives, friends.
Seriously. Oh my goodness, Pam and Renee, y'all both.
Hang on just a second. What is that?
Somebody had a lung collapse at 25, and
Jeez.
Pam got diagnosed with MS.
Dang. I lost that call. All right. I love Moonshine Mountain Cookies.
Yeah,
here in
that's
Knoxville. Okay.
We've never been there.
No, I want to try that. I'm glad your friend. Thank you very much. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm from Danielsville.
Okay. Tell us your story. What happened?
So my husband, it's kind of similar. My husband actually had to force me to go to the hospital with our third pregnancy because I'd actually been in active labor apparently for like 2-3 days. My blood pressure was so high they had to pop 2 blood pressure pills in me. And like I was way major preeclampsia. I passed out in the middle of my C-section, everything.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh my gosh! Usually it's the other way around, but your husband made you go.
Yeah, I literally thought I was dying.
Wow.
I was going to tell my babies I love you.
Was the baby okay?
He was. I don't remember him. Like, I hate it because I don't remember his birth. Like, I remember my other two, but him, I didn't see him right after.
Because you were passed
because I
out.
was passed out.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Smart man you got there.
At least she
Good
doesn't
morning.
remember the pain.
Yeah. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Melodies. I'm calling from Knoxville.
Go ahead. Tell us the story. What happened?
So I was hospitalized about a year ago because I had blockages in my legs. I had a blood clotting disorder that I was unaware of, and it almost cost me my life.
Oh, my gosh.
My goodness, did you have
Yeah.
anything to like that, when you look back on it now, you're like, whoa, that was actually a symptom from the blood clots?
Yeah, I had actually had a clotting problem after I gave birth to my son. He's 7 now. Well, he's 8, and it was a year. It was a year after he was born. I had a clot in my leg, and I had pain in my leg. So I went to the doctor, and they found the blood clot. So they had me on like blood clotting medicine, and I came off of that, and everything was okay. So about 7 years later, I had the same pain, and I done the same thing. I almost laid back down that morning. I felt bad. I wasn't, I just didn't feel like myself, and I couldn't really breathe. I felt like a weight was on my chest. And I noticed that my leg was hurting.
So
I drove myself to the hospital, and I told them, that I had a clotting problem in the past. And when they took my blood pressure, it was over 200 and something on the top.
Oh,
goodness.
So they rushed me right back. Yeah. Yeah. And I had 4 massive clots in my left leg.
Oh, my
And
God.
if you would have went to bed that
serious.
night, you wouldn't been waking up.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. It was within a matter of hours. They had to take action.
Thank you. Thank you for your call. Wow, that's nuts. All right. And who said that? I think someone said my lung collapsed last year.
While I was
How
sitting down
does
when
your
I was
lung just
working at the
collapse?
gym, Jay. Oh my God. See, I was about to be like, yeah, that's why I don't like to run too much because I feel like my lungs will collapse because it's like heavy. But that just may be being out of shape. But
Wow.
how did your lung collapse for real?
Dude, I'm
You
doing
weren't
CrossFit.
working out. You were just working at the front desk.
2 minutes.
My family made me go to the hospital when I was in labor at 17 with my twins. I was in labor for over 24 hours. I had been up all night from contractions and tried everything. I had extremely high blood pressure. Woo! Woo! I was in the hospital, spleen lacerated, and had been bleeding out for 3 days and coded, and the hospital never caught it. I had went in and out of consciousness 4 times that day, and they thought someone brought me drugs, so they gave me Narcan. What the hell? Still couldn't figure it out until that night when I was rushed into the emergency room, emergency surgery, and needed 11 pints of blood. Not to mention, I had a broke foot, dislocated right leg, 6 floating broken ribs, and a collapsed lung. Whoa! So, first of all, that sounds like a lawsuit. That's a lot. I was sitting down at the front desk at Relentless, and they said I had a random air pocket bubble and went into my lung and popped. Oh, goodness.
Jeez.
I had forced my grandmother to get her heart checked, and she found out she was AFib. What's that? This was 3 months ago. She went to get her heart checked, shocked to get it back in rhythm, and because she had osteoporosis, she fractured 2 of her vertebrae in her lower back. Her health quickly declined, and she just Travis, I'm sorry. She just passed away Friday.
Oh, crap. Man, I hate to hear that, Travis.
I am so sorry.
Travis and I go way back, man. I hate to hear that, man. All right, here we go.
Oh, gosh.
Be the New You, actually, Josh, and it's in Knoxville. And, man, it works. Well, if you do it right.
It does work.
Here we go. Man, these stories, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to walk it off anymore.
No.
Have you ever had some kind of issue and you were like, man, I'm going to be fine. I don't need to go to the doctor. Usually this is a lot of guys that do this and their girls have to force them to go to the doctor, right?
Right.
I'm so grateful because, my best friend ended up having a heart attack, and he was like, man, as he was driving himself to the hospital, he's like, I know that this is just heartburn or something like that because he's too young for that stuff. But he still went. I'm so happy he did because the doctor said that if he wouldn't have done that and he would have went to bed that night.
He wouldn't have woke up.
Right. And it's scary when something like that happens. So we wanted to know some of your stories. The live videos have been sharing some crazy stuff with us.
Yeah, Travis said he had to force his grandmother to get her heart checked, and when she found out she was AFib, and that was 3 months ago, and she went to get her heart shocked to get it back in rhythm because she had osteoporosis, fractured 2 of her vertebrae in her lower back, and her health quickly declined, and she just passed away on Friday.
Someone said something about a lung collapsing at a super young age, I think in their 20s. And that's crazy to me.
And they had, that was Jay. He said he had a random air pocket bubble that went into his lung and popped.
How random is that? Right?
Right.
Good morning. Go ahead. Tell us your story.
My husband actually had to force me to go to the hospital with our 3rd pregnancy because I'd actually been in active labor apparently for 2-3 days. My blood pressure was so high they had to pop 2 blood pressure pills in me. I was way major preeclampsia. I passed out in the middle of my C-section, everything.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh. Usually it's the other way around, but your husband made you.
Yeah, I literally thought I was dying.
Wow.
I looked up and tell my babies I love you.
Oh, she made it, though, and the babies did, too. But she doesn't remember anything from that because she was passed out.
Right.
Good morning. Go ahead. So you kind of had the same situation as my friend. What happened?
I done the same thing. I almost laid back down that morning. I felt bad. I wasn't, I just didn't feel like myself. And I couldn't really breathe. I felt like a weight was on my chest. And I noticed that my leg was hurting.
So
I drove myself to the hospital. And when they took my blood pressure, it was over 200 and something on the top.
Oh,
goodness.
So they rushed me right back. Yeah. And I had 4 massive clots in my left leg.
Oh, my God.
And if you would have went to bed that night, you wouldn't been waking up.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. It was within a matter of hours. They had to take action.
866-639-4689. Give us a call and share your stories. What happened? Did you have to force someone to go to the hospital and you're so grateful that you did? Call in, share your stories now.
Yeah.
Hang on just a
Kiana.
second. You're going to be our first person. Stand by. What did Kiana say?
She said the number of people who have high blood pressure and cholesterol is outrageous, and a lot of times these are undiagnosed. Yeah, I have to watch my cholesterol because my mom had it, so it's just hereditarily just passed down.
Yeah. And that is a hereditary thing. Hey, good morning. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, I'm Jocelyn. I'm calling from Anderson, and I was calling about, I was in a situation where my husband, he's prone to walking pneumonia. And so he started having symptoms in his chest. He had just been to the doctor 2 days before, so no signs of a cold, fever, or anything like that. And so then we thought it was like gas or something with his gallbladder or something like that. And so finally he got up like at 3 a.m. in the morning. He's like, honey, you got to take me to the emergency room. And so I was like, are you serious? I think it's just gas or something. So I kind of put it off to about 6 o'clock, took him in, and then come to find out he had pneumonia and his whole right lung was full of fluid and the other left lung was halfway full of fluid.
Oh, my
And so
God.
the doctor was like, if he would have went back to sleep that night, he would have drowned in his own fluid and his pneumonia. And so I cried so hard. So now whenever he's like my chest or something, I'm like, okay, we're going. So
You know what? That pneumonia feeling, I had it once, and I did not like that. So I can only understand
doesn't
like
play
how that feeling feels. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, and they're like, if you've had childhood like asthma, which he did as a child, he doesn't have it anymore. But those people are more prone to walking pneumonia. So before we got married, he had walking pneumonia like 3 times, and I didn't know that.
Goodness.
So with this, I was like, okay, every time he gets a sniffle or a cough, I'm like, okay, give us the walking pneumonia drugs.
Yeah.
Right.
Smart girl. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good morning. Go ahead. Tell us your story. What happened? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Nicole, and I'm calling from Greenville. And I want to start with that I'm a nurse, and I should have known better. So I'm a diabetic as well. And one day I was not feeling good, and my boyfriend kept saying, babe, you got to go to the hospital. You got to go. You got to go. Because he knows if it gets a certain temperature, certain way that I can pass out. I did, and I wound up having a stroke at 30.
Oh, my gosh.
Really?
Yeah, I had to relearn how to use my whole left side, and luckily I'm 33 now and completely recovered. But I always in the back of my mind, like, girl, drink more water and stay on top of your health.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep. Not going to lie, man.
No, us as nurses, we don't really think about our health because we're so focused on taking care of
Everyone
everybody
else.
else.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a good point. That's a very good
So
point.
if it weren't for him and he came by the house and found me in between the washer and dryer.
Shut up. Wow. And so if he wouldn't have come in at the time he did, you wouldn't be alive.
I would not be alive. My kids would have found me dead.
Ooh, goodness.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for your call. Thanks for listening.
Thank y'all. Have a great morning.
You too. Damn.
Yeah.
Right?
That's crazy.
Dang. Had some major cramps when I was 20. My husband made me go to the hospital, and when they checked me out, turns out that I had
ectopic pregnancy. It's when it's stuck in the fallopian tube. You have to abort immediately or you will die.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Child.
Dang. That's wild. And you had no idea. Just went in at 20. Dang.
Man. That's a fear. That is a fear of mine. Finding it, like saying like she could have went in there and would have been could have been ready for labor too. You know, like you never know. Like, and a lot of women say, "Oh, you know when you're pregnant," but some women just don't.
Right.
I had a friend, Kelsey. My friend Kelsey, her baby, she didn't know she was pregnant at all. She went the whole pregnancy. Did not know she had a seizure.
The trucker?
And, yeah, she had a seizure and then woke up in labor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People can come into the doctor's office with blood pressure 200 over 100 and don't feel bad. Their body just gets used to working overtime. See?
They're really close to stroking out. See, that's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I will say my vitals are usually pretty good.
There was one moment, this is before I came here, and I was feeling like some crazy stuff going on, right? And so the girl that I was seeing at the time, she made me call the ambulance, and they came in, took my blood pressure and everything like that. She thought I was having a heart attack. And come to find out, it was just like a massive anxiety attack. It's the first time I've ever had like an anxiety attack, and I've had them since then. But like, you can actually have an anxiety attack to the point where it
feels like a heart attack.
Right. And I had no idea that was a thing.
Yeah, the breakup that I had, the 8-year breakup, I did not know I was having panic attacks.
Yeah.
Major.
Right.
Like, a lot.
Watch out.
That's why.
All right, fam. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thanks for sharing your stories. Eat better. Go to the doctor when you need to. And we will talk to you tomorrow morning. And try not to have sex with too many people, apparently. That's a lot of stuff that we learned today.
Eat healthy so you don't have too much sex and stroke out.
There you go.